Good evening, wrestling fans from the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is the Animated Wrestling League. And right now, we're going to take a look back at last week at possibly the fastest title change in the history of the AWL. It's the giant Kyoujin Kobayashi versus the deathmatch veteran Satoshi Tobu. And this is for the Intercontinental title. This was Satoshi Tobu's second title defense of 5. And there you see the power just trying to step out of the Boston Crab. While it's considered a basic submission move, it's not that easy to escape if it's locked in properly. But Kyoujin Kobayashi is taking his opponent, throwing him around like he wasn't even there. This is incredible. I think after that Boston Crab, I don't think Satoshi Tobu got another offensive move in. Let's take a look at that. Just stomping away at him. This is less than a minute into the bout right now. And into the cross-face punches. That absolutely, that could have been a knockout right there. But he is still moving, he is still defending intelligently. You can see him trying to grab for the wrist of the trapezius claw there. That's still intelligent defense. Irish whip. And see, not even really offense there. Oh, there's that high leg lariat, or the medium leg lariat for Kyoujin Kobayashi. Less than 90 seconds into the bout at this point. Later tonight, Kyoujin Kobayashi in our main event will make his first defense of the Intercontinental title that he won with the Dominator. The Giant will face the darkness here at AWL Hontai. Now, I have no idea how this match happened. The AWL commissioner, not the type to approve this kind of an unfair match. The only assumption I can make is that all participating parties agreed to the rules. One fall to a finish. 2 on 3. Yamada Jiro will team with both of the very kind assistants against the 2 Japanese wrestlers that for some reason Zaidan J has been targeting all season so far. And that, of course, Ikemen Taro and Hoennnoyama.
The following contest is a handicap match, scheduled for 1 fall. Already in the ring, they will suffer the handicap, tag team combination of Ikemen Taro and Hoennnoyama. And their opponents making their way to the ring, the tag team combination of Yamada Jiro and the very kind assistants, Zaidan.
Now that is interesting. One of the very kind assistants seemingly directing traffic here. I mean, we've been assuming, given his history, that Yamada Jiro is the one in charge of this organization, this foundation, the J Foundation, Zaidan J. But come to think of it, we really don't know the relationship here. Packed night of action for you, of course. As mentioned, we're going to have the Intercontinental Championship defended. Gyoukuto of the Pit will face Kyoujin Kobayashi in the Giants' first title defense. We're going to have a lot of action from around the AWL in the tag team division a little bit later. And Akira Merune, the former AWL Joshi champion, now exclusive to this promotion, now exclusive to AWL Hontai, will be in action a little bit later on. But right now we're focusing on this 2 on 3 handicap match. But I should point out, tag rules do apply. Everybody's got to tag in and out. We're actually going to at least try to keep this somewhat fair. I do not understand how this happened. Now, the record with this team, Yamada Jiro defeated Ikemen Taro 1-on-1 at AWL 361. Hoennnoyama defeated Yamada Jiro at 362. At 363 was the very kind assistants victorious in tag team action. And again, I have no idea how this match was made. I do not get it. I honestly can't remember the last time we had a handicap tag team match in the Animated Wrestling League. We just don't do this here. Again, I speculated earlier that this must be by mutual agreement. That's the only way the commissioner would ever sign off on it. Irish whip into the non-Zaidan corner. And we're going to see what these two can do as a tag team. Tag Kogeki opportunity. Elevated Samoan drop. Interesting. Do we have potentially a future tag team here? Having to clip this for time, trying to keep this to about half an hour. Want to make sure we've got time for our title match at the end of the show. And over to, oh, a nice counter into a DDT. I will give credit there. Stomp at the chest and, oh, big knee drop. And there's the ego. There's the stupid cover, the posturing, and the ego of Yamada Jiro. That is going to bite him in the butt one of these days. And, oh, huge full body cutter. And Yamada Jiro in trouble here as Ikemen Taro going for the pretty boy splash and nails it. 1, 2, and a very quick kick out by Yamada Jiro. And now maybe going to another corner again. Oh, no, now this is stupid. I don't think he sees the very kind assistant. He's focused, he's got his eyes locked on Jiro, and down goes Ikemen Taro, a cheap shot from one of the very kind assistants who I still cannot tell apart. And let's face it, neither can you. Oh, but a beautiful drop into that kick. He's going to go for it again, and he's going to get knocked again. This time into the ring, and I think that may have backfired on Zaidan J as the tag made. And Hoennnoyama versus Yamada Jiro. I don't know if Yamada Jiro saw the tag, but he realizes it now. One of the very kind assistants trying to get the crowd in on the side of Yamada Jiro. And, you know, Japanese pride being what it is, that's fine. But nobody likes this guy. He's just an out-and-out racist. And besides, he's facing off against a retired sumo wrestler. Is there anything more Japanese than a retired sumo wrestler? Oh, wait a minute. Is that a tap? I don't think so. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family saying no, it was not. But I think Yamada Jiro was a second away from tapping there. Got some great tag team action for you a little bit later in the highlight package. And Akira Merune, I saw her behind the scenes earlier. I saw her back at catering. She is pissed. Losing her title at the Golden War, not a happy camper. She will have her first match against Betty Bubbles since losing the title. That'll be our semi-final. A little bit of history there that we're going to go into a little bit later. But right now, lateral press, no hook of the leg, little turn to the head. Try to make it a little more difficult to lift the shoulder, but not enough. Of course, Hoennnoyama, a graduate of the AWL Dojo. Our School of Hard Knocks here in Tokyo. Oh! Well, technically it's a little outside Tokyo. We couldn't afford two buildings in the city. Irish whip across the hypotenuse of that 20 by 20 foot ring, and Hoennnoyama with a huge clothesline using every ounce of that body weight. As you can tell, Hoennnoyama very small for a sumo wrestler. But in his time, he used every ounce of that. He knew how to do the job, and right now, trying to make sure it's the very kind assistant doing the job. Excuse me, losing my voice already. Neutral corner, big lariat. Big clothesline, sorry. The clothesline, big lariat. Lariat's the one with the arm moves.
10 minutes passed.
So 2/3 of the way through the time limit now, ladies and gentlemen. Kick to the chest, I think. Very high kick for the sumo. Not kicking, not a thing in sumo. As the referee, a bit distracted here as the bonsai drop. Not into an immediate pinfall, but just throwing his opponent into the center of the ring. The cover made. 1, 2, and the very kind assistant, very kindly, very kindly, getting his shoulder up at the last possible second. Well done there. Oh, a couple of shots at Yamada Jiro on the outside. Hoennnoyama, a bit of a rookie mistake, allowing himself to be distracted as a big DDT by the very kind assistant. But the double leg takedown, again, not a sumo move, really. And Now the tag is made. Now these two can fight each other legitimately. Another drop kick. 4 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time. This match could go the distance, could go to a time limit draw. We'd hate to see that, but another Samoan draw. Is that a Yokozuna reference or something? I don't quite get it. The tag is made. The pretty boy, the Ikemen, pretty boy, Ikemen Taro, going up to the top rope. He's going back for that pretty boy splash. And, oh no, knees! Yamanichiro got the knees up. Maybe Ikemen Taro going to that well a few too many times here. As Yamanichiro in control. And suddenly the entire momentum of the match has completely shifted. And so far, oh wait a minute, Ikemen Taro with a slam. And into a cover. 1, 2 minutes. 3 minutes left. As we've only got 3 minutes on the clock, and that's what, now you're seeing the numbers game starting to come into play. The handicap advantage as Ikemen Taro taking a moment on the outside and eliminating one of the very kind assistants. Sassy. Very sassy of him. I love it. Big drop kick. And now this is 2-on-2, at least for the moment. Going back for the pretty boy splash. He loves this move. It's so very pretty. So very, very pretty. Just like him. Ikemen Taro makes the tag. Hoennnoyama wants to finish this off. One of the most manly of Japanese sports versus the man who calls himself the last Japanese man because he's a fucking racist and thinks the world has been too westernized. 2 minutes left. We've got an Irish whip, kick to the midsection. Going up. And bonsai drop off of the red rope. Our tribute to the Hinamaru. Come on, he's got the cover. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. And they overcome the handicap. Ikemen Taro, Hoennnoyama. These two really need a tag team name at this point. And one more time, the pretty boy splash.
Here are your winners, Ikemen Taro and Hoennnoyama.
Hoennnoyama picking up the pinfall there. But that's a victory for both of these men who don't have a lot of victories in their AWL records. So this is a tag team now. Next, we're going to take a look at some highlights of the tag team division here in AWL Hontai this past week. Now, unfortunately, this first match you're going to see in the Joshi tag team division, UK Gen 2 versus Yin and Yang. I'm going to start off with some of the highlights here as this incredibly unorthodox and ridiculously illegal offense from Jessica Kidd, Lady Smooth Jessica Kidd, against Yin and Yang. Both teams throughout this contest used a great combination of tag team attacks. We see here Rue Britannia from UK Gen 2, and this unusual combination of a surfboard stomp into a wonderful setup for Jessica Kidd's finishing maneuver, the white knees of Dover. Unfortunately, that was not enough to pick up the victory. Yin and Yang would come back with their signature Season 0 original, the Psyche Slam. Also, not getting the job done. But Yin doing something I've never seen before. Watch this. Opponent literally on the ropes. Cross body block. Both wrestlers go over the top rope down to the floor. I have never seen that in all my years of calling professional wrestling. I had to make sure that made it into the highlight package for this match. And we see another tag, Kogeki. Very simple here. Yin and Yang, of course, from the light and dark side of the human psyche. The ultimate tag team, the original tag team of the human species. Unfortunately, not able to put away UK Gen 2.
This match has been ruled a time limit draw.
There will be a rematch. Elsewhere in the tag division, representing the Pit, Ganba's shadows. Nobody has seen Gamba Dark since he lost the Grand Championship to Matt Classic Senior at AWL Golden War in the last part of that show, the main event. But his Simulacra, his Shadow Beasts, his Golems against Familia. Beautiful Gamba roll over the top there. But in the end, the legend of Lucha Libre, Majiku, the Warrior of Light, able to wind up. Now the referee had already admonished the guys on the outside, so they were being very careful there not to get disqualified, but in the end, it was that running dropkick on the outside. Majiku picks up another win in his storied career. As Familia picking up their first win this season as a tag team. So that's our highlights of the tag team division around the Animated Wrestling League. Congratulations again to Familia. Now, we're going to go a little bit back in time here and check out the first ever match between Akira Merune and Betty Bubbles last season. Check this out.
You notice Betty Bubbles not wearing any knee pads, even though she's really supposed to. That might be a fine from the AWL commissioner for that. And now, oh, a face scrape. I haven't seen a good face scrape in a while. Big kick, and another kick, and Betty Bubbles connecting with these, what the hell? Betty Bubbles actually connecting with these kicks. And she's actually, I mean, could she possibly win this? Oh, look at that, but big haymaker. It's not a wrestling hold, but it works. It's a knockout punch. Oh my God. Oh my God, Betty.
All these months later, and I still don't believe that happened. Tonight, a rematch. Betty Bubbles seeing that historical footage on the screen, very happy with herself.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Already in the ring, Betty Bubbles. And her opponent, making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan. She is the mistress of 1,000 holds, Akira Merune.
Akira Merune out for blood, looking to avenge a humiliating loss. And that was actually Betty Bubbles' one and only win in her Animated Wrestling League career so far. She does not have a great track record, but she does have a rare victory over, objectively, the best female wrestler in the AWL, and that's something she will always be able to hang her hat on if she wore hats. With that hair, I wouldn't blame her for not wearing a hat. Big running kick to start us off, the Tachiai, a clear win for Akira Merune. This is our semi-final match of the evening. We've got our Intercontinental title defense. Gyoukuto of the Pit versus Kyoujin Kobayashi coming up next, and a really cool-looking springboard bulldog by Akira Merune, one of the 1,000 holds that she is a mistress of. Betty Bubbles, I don't know what it is. Maybe Akira Merune was underestimating Betty Bubbles in that first match. Maybe she just doesn't think the blonde, large-chested Yamaona bimbo has what it takes to be a professional wrestler. Maybe she's offended by Betty Bubbles' presence here, the way she was kind of offended by Lupe Peligro's presence in the title match at the Golden War. Maybe that psychological advantage, that feeling of superiority, is what's been costing her in recent matches. Using the ropes. Oh, wait a minute, Betty Bubbles! Oh! Kip up into a beautiful kick, incredible altitude on that. Betty Bubbles, not a tall woman, but getting her leg up high enough for a kick to the face, and now a submission hold. Tweaking the knee, bending the knee in the wrong direction with a bit of a heel hook as well. Betty Bubbles may have been spending some of the pandemic time, I don't know, checking out some wrestling training videos on YouTube or something. Oh! Unagi side slam into an Anaconda Vice. And that could be it for Betty Bubbles right here. Of course, Akira Merune lately been using the Goozle as a finishing submission hold. And now going to the top rope. What do we have here? This is not Akira Merune's usual wheelhouse, maybe trying to expand her arsenal. Meteora! The Meteora connects just over 2 minutes into the match. Kick to the midsection, what do we have? And Betty Bubbles with I think that was supposed to be a spear, but at the very least a takedown with some punches that connected. Or some forearm strikes, I think those were. Legal blows, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could enforce a no-close fist rule, I really do. 7.5 minutes, and what do we have here? Going to maybe step through for something? Oh, yeah, just a kick. Thought she might be going for a sharpshooter or a figure 4 there, but now going for the ankle lock. And she's got it. Of course, those shoes not going to provide any ankle support the way traditional wrestling boots do. If you've ever seen a pair of wrestling boots, they're pretty much like solid leather all the way up to the top. Yeah, it's to make sure your ankle does not turn, does not bend. You know, not perfect, of course, but it does work. Building up the deathlock now is Akira Merune. If you don't get the reference, Akira Merune. It's a Japanese pun and not a very good one. 6 minutes and 45 seconds and all the way to the outside. Akira Merune seeming to be toying with Betty Bubbles a little bit here. She wants to enjoy wiping this stain off of her record. You saw the most humiliating defeat of her life, and oh no, no water in the pool! No water in the pool, nothing but canvas, and Betty Bubbles is gonna take advantage. Maybe we should stop underestimating Betty Bubbles. Maybe she actually knows what she's doing in that ring. Uh-oh. Electric chair, this could go any way. Oh! Electric chair into the forearm strike, the discus forearm. That, the blow to the back of the head that you don't see coming, that is always the most dangerous. I went huge lariat, and the Queen of Wrestling goes over the top rope down to the floor. And Betty Bubbles is standing tall. Is this deja vu all over again? Betty Bubbles showing more confidence than I've ever seen from her. Right hand just absorbing the blows now. You think somebody like her would be trying to protect the face? Maybe she's got so much Botox that punches to the face don't have any effect on her? Whip back into the corner. And oh! Big lariat into, again, the back. Akira Merune trying to shoot a woman in the back here. It does seem to be a strategy. Maybe trying to soften up the head and neck area for the Goozle. Ooh, DDT suplex as we hit the halfway point of the time limit.
5 minutes. 5 minutes last.
And now a modified Dragon Sleeper. Betty Bubbles could submit here, but no, Akira Merune, no, she didn't tap out. Akira Merune raising her hand in victory. There was no victory there. And again, the overconfidence coming into play. And, oh, wait a minute, she's got, oh! That huge knockout fist, that's what won it for her back in AWL 355. Is history repeating itself? Yes, it is! Betty Bubbles has now 2 wins in her AWL record, and they are both. Let's take a look at this from the other angle, grabbing the hair, and boom! Right to the face, right to the cheek, right to the orbital bone. Good night. 2 wins in her whole career, and they're both over the former champion.
Betty Bubbles!
Betty, enjoy this. You have freaking earned it. It's still a huge upset, but ladies and gentlemen, do not sleep on Betty Bubbles in the AWL Joshi division. Good grief. All right, we're going to move on now. It's main event time. Intercontinental Championship is on the line.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League Intercontinental Championship.
One of the key stories of this match, in addition, of course, to the Intercontinental Championship being on the line and the potential at an automatic Grand Championship match that it represents. is the state of the forces of the pit. With Gambahishi Dark defeated, I hate to say easily, but relatively easily at the Golden War. No one has seen him. The faction has lost control of the Grand Championship. At the moment they hold no titles. Where are they? Mentally, structurally, strategically, logistically, where is the pit right now? Does the Demon Gisei still hold the strangle grip on AWL Hontai that he held just a week ago? Winning this match, acquiring the Intercontinental Championship, the Hontai exclusive title, that would certainly answer that question. And will Gyoukuto be the rabbit to do it? We await the coming of the champion. Making his first appearance as reigning champion, there he is. And that belt looks really good with that suit. The white strap of the Intercontinental Championship, the zeros on the side plate, indicating the number of successful title defenses thus far. 5 successful title defenses, 5 retentions, and you get an automatic shot at the Grand Champion, whomever that may be. The last person to successfully cash in was Lupe Peligro when she became the AWL Joshi Championship. Of course, the Intercontinental Championship flips between divisions, men and women, every time it is cashed in. So the next man to cash it in will then become exclusive property of the Joshi division until the next cash in. Right now, it's around the waist of the biggest man in the AWL, and I mean that purely in terms of height. You see at the blank faceplate representing the limitless potential of the Intercontinental Champion, and I gotta say, Kyoujin Kobayashi fits that bill.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the dark side of the moon, accompanied by Gisei and Hoennnoyama, Gyoukuto.
Yes, he's an evil bunny man. Welcome to professional wrestling.
And his opponent is the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Intercontinental Champion. Tonight, making his first title defense, fighting out of the land of the giants, Kyoujin Kobayashi.
And I think he just bumped the belt against the top of the arena.
Intercontinental Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL senior official Joey Babaganush in charge.
And there you see it, the prize on offer this evening. 1 fall, 1 submission, or a knockout to decide the championship. 30-minute time limit to prevent, or at least, wow, that man's big. Or at least minimize the opportunity for a draw here. Title does not Sling Blade, not letting me get the spiel out. I love that. Get right down to the match. Gyoukuto is going to have to do that. He's going to have to rely on his Super Rabbit speed, agility, leaping ability, kicking ability. All of that, and of course his signature Mochi Pounder is a finishing maneuver. And we got a pump handle suplex. Thought he might be taking something from Satoshi Tobu there. Of course, Kyoujin Kobayashi, you saw at the beginning of the show, beating Satoshi Tobu in less than 2 minutes to win the championship. We'll see if this match goes a little bit longer. We're running up on our 30-minute time window here. I've been told we will stick with this match for the duration. European uppercut by the champion. I'm really trying to keep these shows at or below 30 minutes this season. That's my goal, but you know what? This match is too important. We're going to go through that time limit if we have to. And I think we're going to have to. Bunny flip out of the corner as we're already a minute in. Into the cover, lateral press, no hook of the leg, and not even a 1 count as a result of that. Gyoukuto, I think, trying to make Kyoujin Kobayashi kick out, try to make him use up energy, working on maybe the assumption that the giant doesn't have the cardio that the bunny man would. it's a reasonable assumption. I don't think we've seen Kyoujin Kobayashi in too many long singles matches. Of course, as Intercontinental Champion, he's going to be defending in these 30-minute time limit bouts. Little wrestle maths up in the corner as Gisei and Sombo no Yaiba look on. We're about to hit the 2-minute mark. And there's that high leg lariat. Was this be another sub 2-minute? Look at Gisei, distractor. Gisei, the distraction, but Kyoujin Kobayashi, he's going to take longer than 2 minutes with the Dominator. Looks like it might not be that much more. Cover. 1, 2. And Sombo no Yaiba, Gyoukuto just kicked out of Kyoujin Kobayashi's best combo. The medium leg lariat and the Dominator. What is this? Up, down. A fallout lifting Uranagi, I think you could call that. As the Demon Gisei slips that chair into the ring. What do we have here? Up, powerbomb, yes! A simple maneuver like a powerbomb, well that hurts, obviously. It hurts a lot more from that height. And again, Gisei getting involved. And Hisatsuwaza, Mochi Pounder! Check your Japanese mythology about the rabbit of the moon making mochi, pounding with that giant hammer. Ooh, couple of quick drop kicks. And this is exactly the game plan that Gyoukuto is going to want to execute in this match. Lateral press again. I don't think you can actually reach the leg to hook it. You've got to hook a leg basically at the knee, at the inside of the kneecap. I don't think you can reach that far. That's why these bad covers by Gyoukuto, a natural advantage for Kyoujin Kobayashi, yet nobody is saying that he shouldn't be allowed to compete because he has a natural advantage. Poison Rana! Gyoukuto no Doku, I guess you could call that. What do we have here? Hisatsuwa the second time, the Mochi Pounder, dead center of the ring. And now he's got the leg hook. We have a new champion. 1, 2, no! Kyoujin Kobayashi saving himself. And Gyoukuto maybe celebrating a bit too soon here. Oh, standing star. Going for another Dominator. He's got the waist lock up. Dominator. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. I don't think Gisei quite realized what's happened. Let's take a look at some of that action. Kaboom! And the Dominator, I think this was the first one, but that was the move that won the bout. Let's make this victory official with the official announcement.
Here is your winner, and still unanimously Intercontinental Champion, Kyoujin Kobayashi.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been AWL Hontai 364. Click that subscribe button, check out another video, hit like, enable notifications, all that wonderful YouTube stuff. And we will see you this Friday for AWL Strong and Free. We'll see you next week, right here where it all started in the main branch, AWL Hontai. Thank you for watching. For tonight, korede kimarida. All right, ladies, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. I think we're live here. I think we're back in the AWL arena. I think we are still broadcasting. Satoshi Tobu, as Kyoujin Kobayashi was leaving the ring with his championship belt, the deathmatch veteran. Oh, and there's that high leg lariat over the barricade. An attack by Sombo no Yaiba on the man who beat him in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, this is not part of this is not part of our scheduled card for the night, ladies and gentlemen. This is just an attack. And Kyoujin Kobayashi, despite having just wrestled a pretty tough match against Gyoukuto, real clash of styles, He's got one more Dominator. He's ready to hand out to Satoshi Tobu. You attack a man after he's already fought. You attack a man basically from behind. He bum rushed him. I'm told our cameras didn't actually catch that. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. I thought the show was over. You thought the show was over. We all did. But Satoshi Tobu deciding he's got some unfinished business with Kyoujin Kobayashi. And blood drawn on the face of the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know what Satoshi Tobu thinks this is going to get him. He's not going to get a title match out of this. The AWL Commissioner not going to stand for this. Frankly, Satoshi Tobu, he's going to be fined. He's probably going to be suspended. He's lucky he doesn't get fired. You can see the blood rushing down the face, forming the legendary Crimson Mask. What do we have here going up? Oh, what is this? Oh, bit of a rebound sit-out powerbomb, I guess you could call that. The champion using the ring itself as a weapon. This is not a wrestle. Oh, wow, look at this. The strength, the power. Satoshi Tobu's got to be 10 feet in the air. And all the way back down. Ow. That is a human car crash. Big right hand. Satoshi Tobu, again, Mr. Deathmatch. He's not going to give up. What does he think he's going to accomplish here? We tried to ring the bell to stop this. That's not going to do anything. Satoshi Tobu making a statement right here, and that statement is, he's a complete asshole. You know what? Cut the camera. I don't want to give this guy any more screen time. Cut it. Cut it now. Cut it. I said